Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the greatest and most unforgettable lip syncs featured on RuPaul's Drag Race. For this list, we're looking at the American seasons only. Number 30, Jessica Wilde versus Raja O'Hara. If there was ever a lip sync that was decided in the first 5 seconds, it would be this one. Everyone knew once Jessica Wilde threw off her cloak and unsheathed her very large assets, she had already fully embodied Kim Petras' coconuts. Regardless, Jessica continued to show that she is indeed a showstopper. She milked this lip sync for all it was worth, and the judges were living the entire time. Jessica matched every move and beat of the song, ensuring that you couldn't take your eyes off of her. Raja, on the other hand, was the most graceful lip sync loser in history. She tried with all her might to make her coconuts bounce, but alas could not. Number 29, Jocelyn Fox versus Laganja Estranja. Part of the suspense here was due to Laganja clearly having a rough time after the stand-up comedy challenge.
Feel very attacked!
This was her moment to split or get off the pot. Unfortunately, Jocelyn also hit the split, and what's more, she turned in a great performance. Jocelyn Fox played meek for most of the season. She considered herself the black horse of the competition, but when Ru pushed play on Stupid Girls by Pink, she turned into a stallion. This was a diva on a mission to destroy. Laganja did well, but she just became the collateral damage to Jocelyn's slayage. Number 28, Gigi Goode versus Widow Von Du. It may have been the COVID season, but season 12 opened with a big bang.
Let's go get it down. The sound, yes, I'm in the zone. Is it 2, 3? Leave a good tip. I'ma blow all my money and don't give
Gigi Goode, the super young fashion queen whose mom made her costumes, was not initially seen as a threat. That is, until she won the first challenge alongside veteran queen Widow Von Du. Lip-syncing in front of Nicki Minaj herself, the two took very different approaches to starships. While Gigi played up the manic beat and quirkiness of the song, Widow immediately threw off her jacket and got to work. She whipped out every trick, including some contortionist craziness we'd never seen on the main stage.
I can tell that Miss Nikki is getting her life.
A queen who can do 3 splits in one lip sync without boring the audience is a performer with a capital P. Number 27, Shea Coulee versus Alyssa Edwards. When the person who actually starts climbing the set doesn't win, you know it was a great lip sync. Alyssa Edwards gave Shea Coulee a run for her money in the second episode of All Stars 5.
And it's hard to say, just 'cause some things never change. And it's hard to find any strength to draw the line. Oh, I'm just burning, neutron dance.
She tossed off her neon fringe and threw herself into a frenzy to the Pointer Sisters' neutron dance. She even went as far as climbing the wall at one point. However, Alyssa met her match in Shea, who twirled and whipped it up like a KitchenAid mixer across the main stage.
Girl? Oh my gosh, this lip sync. Whoa, I'm excited.
Jujubee said exactly what we were all thinking. This was a very exciting performance. Number 26, Shea Coulee versus Monet Exchange. Two of the best lip syncers among the All Winners cast faced off to this Kylie Minogue song. We don't think there could have been a more appropriate title than Supernova. The amount of talent, creativity, and sheer flexibility on that stage was actually overwhelming. Rather than try to bury each other, the two almost seemed like they were performing a duet. If Shea stormed the stage, Monet was right beside her. If Monet was doing a split, Shea was doing a high kick. And when they seductively hit the floor at the same time, the entire studio went wild. And so did everyone lucky enough to watch it from home. Number 25. Denali vs. Kimora Hall. There are moments when a queen lets everyone know they're here to dominate the competition.
I'll be your fantasy, your favorite dish.
For Denali, this was that moment. The Chicago Queen had bombed in the week's acting challenge, but watching her work her arms to Crystal Waters' 100% pure love was all the redemption she needed.
Oh, my, from the back to the middle. I'm gonna be there to be 100% pure love.
How many queens have pretended to be a clock on stage? She may have looked like a parrot, but Denali was giving 100% pure peacock as she strutted across the stage and wiped the floor with the doomed Kimora Hall. Granted, Kimora looked gorgeous, but her cumbersome train hindered any attempt to give a decent lip sync. Number 24. Ginger Minj vs. Mayhem Miller. Lizzo's phone is a perfect showcase for the drag queen who can sell sexy and funny.
Walking home with my feet on sore. Walking home with my feet on sore. What the hell these Louboutins for? What the hell these Louboutins for? Yeah, I was getting it looking real cute. Up in the club, man, how do you do? Hair ain't a don't, hair is a do.
That's exactly what Ginger Minj and Mayhem Miller served here. At least their version of those things. If you didn't tell us who the lip sync assassin was, we wouldn't be able to tell.
Where the hell my phone? Hey. Where the hell my phone? Where the hell my phone? Hey. How I'm supposed to get home? Where the hell my phone? Where the hell my phone?
Ginger Minj and Mayhem Miller both performed like they had everything to lose, which made their battle far more interesting than it should have been. The two have very different styles. Clearly, though, they weren't bothered in the slightest.
Oh my God.
This was another lip sync where the two worked in tandem to give everybody a show. Number 23. Laganja Estranja vs. Trinity K. Bonet. Did she just jump from there? Yes, she just jumped from there.
Oh, y'all wanted a twist, eh?
Oh.
Come on, All-Star 6. Let's get sickening. Oh.
When her season 6 sister leapt from a platform onto the main stage, Trinity had to make sure to let everyone know that the first stunt didn't count. By the time they got to the actual lip sync to Dua Lipa's Physical, Laganja was owning every bit of the stage.
Who needs to go to sleep when I got you next to me?
Trinity served attitude before whipping out her own bag of tricks, flips, and twirls, but Laganja had already pulled up in her U-Haul and stole the win right from under her. In just 3 short minutes, Laganja became the highlight of the entire season. And to think she was only a lip sync assassin. Number 22. Anitra vs. Marsha. While the season aired, Judge Michelle Visage was so bold as to say this was her favorite lip sync ever. And it wasn't just PR. Anitra and Marsha left everything but blood on the main stage. So many queens try to pull stunts that don't quite go with the song they're performing. In this lip sync, the tricks were the whole show.
Free Willy!
Yes, we all remember the iconic Free Willy moment, but don't let that fool you. This was a true battle. Marsha put up a real fight, and against anyone else, she would have had a chance. She probably didn't think Anitra would upstage her big moment with an even bigger one. Number 21. Chi Chi DeVayne vs. Thorgy Thor. By the end of this season 8 episode, the writing was pretty much on the wall for Thorgy Thor.
Don't wanna be free. And you.
Nevertheless, that didn't stop Chi Chi DeVayne, the Bayou Queen, from delivering a lip-sync smackdown that shook the entire studio. It brought the drama, the suspense, and all the emotions. Chi Chi's season-long Underdog story was nearing its peak. When her beads broke at the climax of the song, it was a stunning make-or-break moment of theater. Even RuPaul was visibly shook by it. It's also kind of hilarious and touching to watch Thorgy accept defeat and even lift Chi Chi's hand in victory as the song ends. She rose to the challenge and crushed it. Number 20, Kenya Michaels versus Latrice Royale. Every time the season's Miss Congeniality lip-synced, it was bittersweet. No one wanted to see Latrice Royale go, but we always knew we'd get a show when she was in the bottom two. Not only was her rendition of Aretha Franklin's A Natural Woman an undisputed masterclass in drag performance, it was one of the most decisive victories in Drag Race history. Latrice is a top-tier entertainer, even when her competition puts up a fight. Her lip sync against Dita Ritz is a prime example.
This is old school. You need to understand where these words are coming from and get the emotion out, and that's what I do.
But here, she was peerless. Latrice completely embodied the song, filling every lyric with pure emotion.
I'm no longer doubtful of what I'm living for. And if I make you happy, I don't need to do more. 'Cause you make me feel.
Her decision to simply plant her feet and deliver rendered opponent Kenya Michaels' showy ballet dance ridiculous in comparison. Number 19, Jujubee versus Sahara Davenport. With such different styles, Jujubee and Sahara Davenport's lip sync to Alana Miles' Black Velvet could have gone either way. Jujubee is one of Drag Race's tightest lip syncers, while Sahara Davenport's ballet background made her one of the show's most unique performers. Thanks to the copious supply of cocktails served during Untucked, Jujubee was just a little bit tipsy during this performance, which comes out in the loose and sultry way she works the stage.
This is my moment. This is my last chance to show Ru and the other judges that I deserve to be here.
Sahara's delicate spins, on the other hand, make for an interesting counterbalance. But while they were enough to beat Morgan McMichaels earlier in the season, they weren't interesting enough to save her from elimination this time.
Jujubee? Shantae, you stay.
Number 18, Trinity K. Bonet versus Adore Delano. It looked like Adore Delano's time on season 6 was about to be over when she landed in the bottom two with lip sync assassin Trinity K. Bonet.
I know that ain't nobody perfect. I give props to those who deserve it, and believe me, y'all, he's worth it.
Trinity had already sent home April Carrion and Milk, but Adore wasn't going to be her third victim without a fight. The pair had to perform to Paula Abdul's Vibology, and there was some extra pressure from Paula herself being there to judge them. Nobody felt this more than Adore, who'd already been judged by the pop icon previously on American Idol.
I'm hearing you converse. I'm going, I know this person.
Season 7 of American Idol.
Yes, American Idol.
Though it was a close call, Adore proved her star power in this performance, and went on to become recognized as an assassin herself.
Adore Delano. Shantae, you stay.
Number 17, Monet X Change versus Dusty Ray Bottoms. Death drops have almost been done to, well, death on Drag Race. So much so that doing one now usually needs a little something extra added on in order to impress. Case in point, Monet X Change and Dusty Ray Bottoms lip sync to Nicki Minaj's Pound the Alarm. The club banger demanded two very high-energy performances, and Dusty, despite being more at home with musical theater, really gave it her all here. However, she couldn't compete with Monet, whose fake-out and pre-jump cross sign had RuPaul and Michelle Visage howling with laughter. Death drops just haven't been the same since. Number 16, Naomi Smalls versus Gia Gunn.
And to the ones I love, know that you're the reason why I dare to live my life, I dare to liberate my mind.
In a shocking twist on the All-Stars formula, the remaining All-Stars 4 contestants had to battle against each eliminated queen in the Lollapalooza Challenge. This is how Naomi Smalls and Gia Gunn locked horns, performing RuPaul's club tune Adrenaline.
Naomi is gooping me, honey. She's ra-ka-ka-ka legs. She's just going down. It's static.
Out of all the queens competing in the challenge, Naomi and Gia were probably the most underrated as far as lip syncing. This battle dispelled all of that. From Gia's voguing to Naomi's floor crawl, it was electrifying to watch. Should it have been a double Shantae? Well, we wouldn't have complained. Number 15, Aquaria versus Cameron Michaels versus Eureka O'Hara.
This is your last chance to impress me and prove to the world that you are America's next drag superstar.
While it's usually only the top 2 that lip sync for the crown, there are some rare exceptions. Season 10 was one such occasion, with Aquaria, Cameron Michaels, and Eureka O'Hara all progressing to the final showdown of the live finale after poor Asia O'Hara's butterfly fail knocked her out of the running. And wouldn't you know it, the selected song Bang Bang was also a three-hander. Expectations were high given that Cameron and Eureka scored a double save already in the season, but though Cameron was a lip sync assassin and Eureka had plenty of tricks, Aquaria's energy stole the spotlight. Number 14, Bendela Creme versus Aja.
Don't want none unless you got buns, hun.
Boy toy named Troy used to live in Detroit. Big money.
As performers, these two couldn't be more different. Bendela Creme is a campy, old-school queen, whereas Aja is a fashion-forward dancing queen.
Now that's real. One in my purse, 'cause I came just to kill.
Nowhere could this be more apparent than in their lip sync to Nicki Minaj's Anaconda in the first episode of All Stars 3. The song was perfect for Aja's style, playing to all her strengths as a lip syncer and to her aesthetic as a rapper herself.
My anaconda don't want none unless you got buns, hun.
But Bendela used her contrasting style to her advantage, playing up just how funny it was for her to be performing to a Nicki Minaj track of all things. The judges were sent into hysterics.
Aja's giving y'all Nicki Minaj, blah, 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 and Bendela's giving you more comedy version of the Anaconda.
Number 13, Jackie Cox versus Widow Von Du.
I want Mama Ru to see why she brought me here, and that even though I let her down in this challenge, I'm a fighter, and I'm not gonna let her down in this lip sync.
Sometimes the right song, the right performers, and the right outfit can make a lip sync that much more magical. This was very much the case with Jackie Cox's battle in the bottom 2 against Widow Von Du in season 12. The pair's brilliant twists on the Stars and Stripes runway theme, combined with the Katy Perry anthem Firework, made for both a powerful statement and a powerful performance. Jackie Cox's hijab and kaftan combination was especially effective in this regard, and you can see from the emotion on her face how much it meant to her to be on the runway wearing it.
I'm exploding out on that stage because I'm feeling the weight of everyone who's ever been told they need to go back home where they come from, and I'm here to let them know that, baby, you're a firework when you have a place right here in America.
In fact, celebrity guest judge Jeff Goldblum was moved to tears by her passion. Number 12, Kennedy Davenport versus Katya. Speaking of Katy Perry anthems, they don't come much bigger than Roar. In season 7, Kennedy Davenport and Katya squared off for a place in the top 4 to the track, and the fight was a fierce one. The two are very different performers. While both always bring heart and soul to their lip syncs, Kennedy is known for her slick choreography, and Katya her flexibility. Both proved this when the lip sync kicked into high gear. Kennedy leaping into the splits from the stage floor, while Katya, not to be outdone, cartwheeled into the splits seconds later. Can we get an amen? Number 11, Jinx Monsoon versus Detox.
It's more than I can even process right now. My body, it's all numb.
I'm pissed off that I'm here. It's devastating.
As far as lip syncing goes, it's hard to find a song trickier to perform than Malambo No. 1 by Ima Sumac. The vocal range and the constantly changing tempo make the Mambo classic a real tongue twister. We already knew that Detox was worthy of rising to the challenge with her infamously flexible jaw, which made it seem like a one-horse race from the start. However, we were pleasantly surprised to discover that Jinx was hiding a similar talent.
Jinx is kicking and dancing and she's bumping her hips. I hate to say it, but Detox might be getting outdanced by Jinx.
What ensued was a lip-syncing tour de force, and Jinx knocking a powerhouse like Detox out of the competition set her on a course for the overall season win. Number 10, Raja versus Carmen Carrera. Every once in a while, a pair of lip syncers realize that together, they're stronger than the sum of their parts.
Raja's getting naked. I'm like, this is gonna be hot because Carmen is nudity and we're gonna throw down right now.
As Raja and Carmen stalked each other up and down the stage to Paula Abdul straight up, the sexual tension was palpable.
This is just soft porn. It's kinda hot.
But this is drag, and interference is not the name of the game. Right, Mimi I'm first? Cue stripping, mounting, nibbling, and what turned out to be the kiss of death from Raja. Nothing says diva like sending your competitor packing and leaving your lipstick calling card on her shoulder to prove you were the one to take her out. Number 9, Peppermint versus Trinity the Tuck. Though Peppermint might have seemed like the underdog heading into season 9's grand finale, this performance proved that assumption to be patently untrue. Trinity the Tuck's sharp dance moves and well-timed reveal reminded us of the perfectionist she is. Peppermint had her own clever reveal, but it's really her tight lip-syncing that snatched her the win in this case. She went on to bring her body-popping A-game in the final battle against Sasha Velour. There's a reason why she was known as the assassin of season 9. Number 8, Dita Ritz versus the Princess.
This will be an everlasting love.
As if the pressure of just being on RuPaul's Drag Race wasn't enough, imagine having to lip sync for your life in front of the song's recording artist. That's what happened to Dita Ritz and the Princess in season 4. Soul legend Natalie Cole had a front row seat to the duo's performance to This Will Be an Everlasting Love.
Natalie Cole is sitting right in front of me. I have to do it for her. I don't want her to leave saying that drag queen did a horrible job of my song.
While the Princess did her best to stay in the game, there was just no competing with Dita Ritz. There was hair flipping, sequins flying around, Dita took us to church, and we, along with Ms. Cole, happily went with her. Number 7, Jujubee versus Raven. You knew it was coming. The most emotional lip sync in Drag Race history.
I do not want to have to lip sync against Juju, but I'm gonna fight for my spot to stay in this competition.
Raven and Jujubee made for a dream team in the first season of All Stars. Their slip-ups in the main challenges were always compensated for in their lip syncs.
I'm in the corner, watching you kiss her. Oh.
Raven even took down Alexis Mateo and Yara Sofia single-handedly this way. But the All-Star showed a softer side to her Ice Queen persona when she had to go up against her teammate. Lip-syncing to Robyn's emotional disco song Dancing on My Own, the pair were visibly overcome by the whole thing, and the battle ended up being a heartfelt duet. There wasn't a dry eye in the studio by the end.
so much. Oh my God.
Number 6, Roxy Andrews versus Alyssa Edwards.
There's no holding back, there's no tiptoeing around. I have to bring everything.
There's an old saying that goes, if you're gonna snatch your own wig, you better make sure you've got another hidden underneath. Okay, that's not a real saying, but Roxy's iconic reveal in all its camp glory has certainly raised the standard of acceptable reveals. It pretty much set the bar to which all subsequent wig reveals are judged. If it were up to us, Roxy would have won this lip sync on wig alone. But Mother Ru, in her infinite wisdom and mercifulness, gave both queens a second chance at the end of this electrifying, whiplash-inducing lip sync.
Shantae, you both stay.
Oh my God.
Number 5, Manila Luzon versus Delta Work. The joy of this lip sync is how silly these two queens look together. Looking like the world's weirdest amateur dramatics production of chess, Manila and Delta serve high camp, joining forces at the end to deliver a hilarious finale. Manila's crossed eyes from fake exertion is one of her trademark tricks, and something we've come to expect from her in seasons since. Theatrical, high energy, and heaps of fun, it's everything a lip sync needs to be. Number 4, Coco Montrese versus Alyssa Edwards.
From the first day I walked into the workroom and I saw her face, I wanted to step on that stage across from her and get vindication.
Nothing brings out the big guns like an old rivalry. And these pageant queens with a messy history let rip in a bid to outperform each other.
After all the drama with our last pageant experience, we both want this crown. This will be the tiebreaker.
The rivalry between them results in an incredible display of one-upmanship in this season 5 SmackDown. When Coco lip syncs the spoken word segment flawlessly, Alyssa leaps into the splits.
That spinning jump into the split, I mean, come on.
And when Alyssa splits, Coco delivers what can only be described as rhythmic gymnastics via the medium of sleeves. While the latter wins the battle, what makes this performance so memorable is the fact that it's a true meeting of equals, cold-hearted rivals in a red-hot battle to the end. Number 3, Alyssa Edwards versus Tatiana. Alyssa is already a one-woman show when it comes to lip syncing, but Tatiana made sure this wasn't one-sided. In a season of incredible lip syncs, this is certainly one for the history books. Two seasoned queens and one of the most closely fought battles to ever grace the main stage.
It's a short shot, so step inside and ride.
In the immortal words of SNL's Stefan, this performance has everything. Tight lip syncing, dancing, hair flipping, coordinating outfits, and a Shantae you both stay at the end.
Congratulations, you are both back in the competition.
What more could you want from a lip sync? Well, number 2, Sasha Velour versus Shea Coulee.
Whitney Houston, so emotional.
2 words, rose petals. This was the first time we got to see Sasha Velour lip sync, and it's a real masterclass. She's emotional, dramatic, and every trick she pulls is in time with the song's beats. Though there have been reveals before and after her, no one has been able to match Sasha for her creativity, timing, and flawless execution. In short, this performance was a game changer for the show. It's just a shame that Shea Coulee isn't really on the same level here, making it a bit one-sided. If not for that, this might have grabbed the top spot on our list.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, Evie Oddly versus Brooklyn Heights. Seeing the two frontrunners of season 11 in the bottom 2 was a shock, and their battle was one of the most intense we've ever seen. This was a contest between two queens at the very top of their game, one with a ballet background and the other with a body like a rubber band. They match each other's moves like for like in the performance, never letting the other get the upper hand. Brooklyn had an amazing reveal earlier on in the runway, while Evie matched that in the lip sync with one of the smoothest wig reveals ever. Sorry, Roxy. Naturally, the next time these two competed head-to-head, it was for the crown.
Shantae, you both stay.
Which Drag Race lip sync lives rent-free in your head? Sound off in the comments below.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.